Okay, where are you tonight? I don't recognize this room.
I am stealing Mick Lyle's
Uh,
computer.
I was talking to Vercel. He picks a different room.
There we go. What?
Which room are you in tonight?
I'm in the garage attic.
Oh, this is all right.
It's a living room.
Oh, all right. Oh, I got you now. You have more of the brick in the picture this week. That's all.
I turn you up.
So you got more of the brick in the picture this week.
Yeah, there's a lot of brick in this house. A lot of brick, a lot of block. All the basement partitions are block, which makes it hard to get a signal through here. I finally put a Wi-Fi net in, the EERO, the Eero that Amazon sells.
Yeah.
And I haven't experimented with. Bonnie wants me to take it upstairs. She thinks I'll get a signal up there better now.
I've got one of those mesh systems in my house, one of the Google ones, and
Yeah.
I've got 3 different points throughout the house. It works really well.
Yeah, with all the brick and fireplace and the block partitions in the basement, didn't stand a chance. How's Kurt?
Not bad. How's Dennis been doing?
Yeah, feeling pretty good. I've had about 2 months ago, I had my shoulder replaced, and now I finally turned the corner, starting to feel good again. Still doing physical therapy, obviously, but it's okay. It really is. They said I'm accelerated, so which is good. So I've been working it pretty hard. I just want to be normal again. So I can
Oh,
use
good.
my arm.
We've had fun the last 10 weeks. My wife fell in the house 10 weeks ago today and broke her left arm right below the shoulder in 2 places and broke her left leg right below the knee in 2 places.
Oh my.
But the breaks were not serious enough to require surgery. So they let them heal on their own. But it's been, I'm sorry, I said 10. It's been 9 weeks today. And we find out Friday if the healing has progressed far enough that she can finally start physical therapy. So for the last 9 weeks, I've pretty much been a caregiver 24/7.
That's horrible. The leg and the arm, that's horrible. Bad luck. Well, I'm sure glad you accepted the invitation to join the board, Kurt. I really
Oh,
appreciate that.
thank you very much. I figure after all the years of playing down in the parks and being one of the Harmon Field, kids, I can give back a little bit.
Should we just go ahead and introduce Kurt in the beginning?
Yeah, I think so.
And then we'll just let all the board members introduce himself too, so he knows who everybody is.
Yep. I
I'm
think
sure
that makes
that you
much
might know everybody, but just okay. And if you'd like to say a few words, you're limited to 45 minutes. Okay. Did you talk to Don at all about Tri-Marine, get a date yet?
Yes. They are down for, you're talking for management group. No, I haven't gotten anything back from them yet.
Okay. How about the foundation?
No, I honestly got behind. I was hoping to have already had that done. I'll send that email out here tomorrow morning and get something on the books.
That's no problem.
So
No biggie.
intentions are good and follow through's just not been there.
Yeah, no problem.
But making some good headway, getting stuff around. Had a great trip, if that counts for anything. So
yeah, I was gonna ask you if the weather was good.
it was great. We got in Wednesday night and got, 3 or 4 inches of snow Wednesday night into Thursday. And then it was windy and cold Thursday and Friday, but it wasn't terrible because the mountain's actually on the east side, most of it. So the west winds, it was just when you're at the top that it was really kind of getting you. So
Was it as advertised that you think they had 6 feet of snow?
at Snowshoe,
Yeah. You said they had a huge base.
they said they had 60 inches, I think, at some places.
5 feet.
Yeah, maybe somewhere in there. That doesn't surprise me. They had a lot of snow in a lot of places. I mean, I don't know how deep it really is, not getting a feel for it, but there were definitely, actually, yeah, there was, because like right off the edges of some of those it was big steep piles of snow, not bank. So
You got Katie living with you still, Kurt? Is Katie still living with you?
Yeah, she will be forever, Dennis. Katie's, you know her. She's 38, going on about 11. She did go up today and get her first COVID shot.
Good, good. Did they pick her up, take her out? Because they took Matt out. They picked him up and took him out.
No, we scheduled it to where I picked her up straight from work and at 3 o'clock, and then we took her down to the health department at 3:15. And she was only in there 5 minutes and had the shot, and they made us wait 15 minutes, and then we headed home.
Oh, good. That's not bad. Yeah, I got mine today at CVS in Sydney. And I went on the website, and they have a COVID vaccination link, and you put in your zip code, and they tell you where to go. And then I went Sydney 1, and there must have been 20 slots. That was yesterday, and I went today and got the first shot. So that was kind of nice.
One of the ladies at the health department said Kroger should be getting a pretty good supply of them sometime next week, because I'm 69. They said they're still working on the 80 and up class. They haven't even hit the 70s yet, so they're running behind.
Yeah, I know. When I called them yesterday before I scheduled that, they said I'd probably be 4 weeks out. But that's
Hey, Dennis.
Yeah.
Hey, Dennis.
That you, Pat?
Hello.
Pat?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Pat.
Don't see you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Dennis?
I can hear you, Pat. Can you hear me?
Okay. Now I can. Hey, I'm out of town. Are you going to need me for a quorum or anything?
It does not appear so. We already have 1, 2, 3. We already have a quorum. So if you have better things to do, we understand.
I'm down in Hilton playing golf. So
Don't blame you. Anything you
so
need.
if you need me for anything, holler or give me a call.
It's going to be there for a tea time. Can I get a flight out tonight?
You can, especially with going to be -5 this weekend apparently.
Anything you need to tell us? Yeah.
No, there haven't been any meetings or anything, so I haven't.
Okay.
None of that, and everything looks like it's done out at my era, right, Chris?
Yeah, we just got final word. The only thing we were waiting on was some confirmation of it getting painted in the spring, and we just got that finally Friday, and we're submitting final payments here this week.
And then you got something worked out with them on that part of it, right?
Yes, yeah, we got it in writing that they'll be back to do that in the spring.
Okay. All right, good deal. Well, holler, text me if you need something.
All right, thanks, Pat.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Probably warmer there. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Jenna. How's everybody?
Hello. Good.
Karen, I
How about
turned
you?
chemo went. There she is. Okay.
Is Kurt
another minute
Peterson
here.
joining us?
We're here.
Hey,
Are
young
you-
lady, how are you doing?
Good.
That's remote.
Are you, well, are you a new member? Are you just eavesdropping?
No, Chris gave me a call at a weak moment, and I said yes.
All right. Very good.
Heard anything from Jolise?
Oh,
I thought
I
she was
saw
here a
her
minute ago.
she was here once.
She
Yeah, I
was?
thought so too. Yeah.
Yeah, she was in, and then she's not there. I just was like, what do you mean she's not there?
Okay, we'll give another 30 seconds here or so. See if she shows back up. Meanwhile, we could probably go ahead and get started with introduction for Mr. Peterson. Kurt is taking the place of Mark Deerwester on the board, mayoral appointed position. And we're pleased and thrilled actually to get Kurt on the board. He's been an old outstanding citizen of Bellefontaine. Kurt, you have anything you'd like to inject on that besides being old and a citizen?
I resemble those remarks. No, I'm glad to help out. I'm a lifelong resident of Bellefontaine and Logan County for almost 70 years. And I remember being a Harmon Field brat back in the 50s and 60s and playing Little League and Farm League. And I'm just glad to give back a little bit. So I appreciate the offer.
Very good. Well, let's just go around the board here and let everybody introduce themselves. Dave, we'll start with you. Since you looks like you're busy.
Hi, I'm Davey Roberts.
I moved here in 2000. I really love the area. All my kids grew up in school here, graduated from here. And like you, I'm just happy to contribute wherever I can, however may. So welcome, Kurt.
Okay, Jolise?
Hi, Kurt. I'm Rick Reed's wife. We've met before. Been here all my life and teach at Bellefontaine Middle School. Don't know if you knew that or not. I teach 7th grade and have been on the park board. I don't know how long, a few years.
Nice sweatshirt.
Tammy? Tammy?
Hi, Kurt.
Tammy.
I'm Tammy Fowler. Lived in Bellefontaine here all my life too, and used to be a McBrien. So that name might sound familiar.
Which one's your dad?
I'm sorry?
Which one's your dad?
Dennis.
Went to school with him.
We could meet up later and you can tell me some stories, I'm sure.
Sure, that meant stories.
Currently, I'm a 4th grade teacher at the intermediate building. And I think I used to see you like at the walking event that we would have there at the elementary building.
Thank you. Karen?
Kurt and I know each other. Yes,
Good.
we've spent some time. I had my folder here, so I looked it up. I officially in January been on the board 20 years. Yeah, that's really a long time. So I started when my kids were active in using the parks. So
You have not aged. And Jenna? Go ahead, Jenna.
My internet connection is really unstable. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah. Mhm.
who's dropping
Are you
in?
guys hearing me all right?
As you
Everybody
can
else is
tell, I'm at
frozen.
Mick Lyle's house.
I was gonna say
We
you had
heard
a
you
photo.
great.
You had a photo bomber there.
Yeah, Jenna, we heard you great.
Okay. I'm Jenna James. I'm here representing City Council. I grew up around Huntsville, Indian Lake, graduated from Indian Lake, moved away for about 12 years while my husband was active duty Air Force, and we've been back in Bellefontaine since about late 2015.
Oh, nice. Very good. And then we got Nate, of course, from the radio station. He's lurking in the back there. He does our reporting for us. And I think that's about everybody. Is everybody present? So
Yeah. Pat's
Is the
still
other
there.
phone number
That's
reporter?
Carol. That's Carol.
Oh,
Carol's doing the notes
Carol.
for us.
But she's sneaky in tonight.
Yeah. Should we make her introduce herself since she want to show her face?
Yeah.
Carol's our secretary, Kurt, in the office. Okay, very good. All right,
is
let's go ahead and
Pat
call the
also
meeting.
not with us?
Pat is golfing in Myrtle Beach, but I don't know if he's listening or not. But
Well, it looks like it because I see a P. Ellis phone on here.
that's right, I saw that too. So I don't know. He said if we needed him, let him know. Okay, guess we have to call him.
Maybe he forgot to
Meeting
log
order
off.
for the February 2nd, 2021. First item of business is approval of the minutes from January. Any discussion on the minutes?
I'll
Okay,
make a
we-
motion to approve the minutes.
Okay,
I
good.
will second.
Motion and second, and all in favor, aye.
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 Aye, opposed, same sign. Did you get all your board packet, Kurt? Okay.
I
everything
did.
come through?
Carol give it to me this afternoon.
Okay, good. All right, thank you very much. Did you get all the financial reports too from the junior sports programs?
Yes, I've got them right in front of me.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Next item would be the approval for the paid bills in January. Any discussion on any of the line items there? I have one question, Chris. The Koenig, I think it was cemetery for $455. What item was that?
So that would have been cemetery. That was buying the oil and things just for buying stock for the season.
Okay.
Probably another set of blades. It's just that early season buying, prepping for the mowing season. We usually have one of those for parks, one of those for cemetery. Just depends on what equipment John was working on at the time.
Okay, very good. Any other questions on the bills? We need a motion.
I'll
move to-
motion.
Okay, do I have a
I will
second?
second then.
Motion is second, and all in favor, aye.
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 I oppose, same sign. Thank you. Next item would be communication from citizens. Chris?
We did not receive any communications from citizens.
Okay. Anybody else have any comments from the citizens that they want to share? Okay, everything's fine there. Good. And now we go to you, Jenna. You're limited to 45 minutes. Go ahead.
I don't know if that'll cut it. Nothing too much from council. The permanent budget is still in the works with mostly the capital expenditures still being discussed. Council, of course, is aware of the tennis court renovations and is working to get that possibly in the permanent budget, but possibly separately legislated, but it's definitely on their radar either way. So that's pretty much it from us.
Any other questions for Jenna? Okay, well, thank you, Jenna. Moving right along to superintendent's report. Christopher?
All right. Just wanted to share, we have a program flyer has been produced. So our yearly brochure has been printed and folded and sorted into packs of 25, and it'll be going to the schools tomorrow, assuming that they will be there. So that's what we're hoping for, at least, because Tammy, my children need to be in school. So that's the plan. Those should be out this week. And then we're going to be doing a big push with our social media. Then once those are out, next week we'll be starting some social media push on get registered now, register early, register often, kind of mentality, trying to get people signed up for all of those different activities. We also have put together a marketing plan. That's something Jeff's been putting a bunch of work in. He did almost all the work on the brochure, did a very nice job on that. Very happy with the product that was produced there. And then we've been doing a lot of talking on how are we going to market programs and trying to shift it to encourage getting the word out as much as possible. So we're going to have 4 major release things. So we're doing the brochure, which is going out this week. Then for the March utility bill, we're going to do a spring flyer talking about baseball, softball, junior track, those kind of things. So that's going to go out in the utility bill for March 1st, utility bill. And then we're going to do another flyer that's going to go home in the schools in the middle of May. So hopefully not the last week of school. So we're probably looking like the middle of May. We'll send a flyer home from school there. It's going to talk about soccer, youth football, and a whole bunch of stuff about the pool in the middle of May. And then that's going to go home. That's going to actually go into homes through the utility bill June 1st. And then we're going to do another one September, likely when school's back. And then it'll either hit the September or October utility bill that's going to be talking about our youth wrestling program, our youth basketball program, and whatever else is kind of Ring of Lights, all of those kind of things are going to be a part of that. So working on kind of a new dynamic way that we're going to try and reach out more than we have, as well as adding in a lot of communication through social media, our Facebook page, trying to get more and more people going to our website for information. So hopefully those things are making sense, but we think trying to make a significant impact through the utility bill is going to be really impactful, as well as a reminder right before kind of each season, hey, get signed up. And catch things that we've got going. So excited for what we're looking at with that. And like I said, a lot of that's been Jeff's work. He spent a lot of time on the computer working on sponsor letters and just a whole bunch of things, doing some updating to those. And nice to have a fresh perspective and set of eyes on how we're doing things. And we're taking that and hopefully make some steps in a different direction that are going to be positives for our program. So excited for where we're at with that. Youth basketball is still moving along. Things have gone very well to this point. We've hosted a couple of dates for our what we call our travel teams, and then our rec group has done a really good job. It's been a really cool. That's something that I kind of lead, and really being cool to watch those kids grow. So really happy with where we're at with our youth basketball program right now. Program wise, we've been doing a whole bunch of meetings. In January, I think we had 4 different meetings for youth sports organizations, things that we had held off on at the end of the year, knowing we were going to have Jeff in. So we wanted to wait and have those in January so he could be introduced to those groups and kind of jump in. And so we're doing those together kind of this first time through the seasons, but that's something that he'll be taking over exclusively here over the next 6 months. You know, I'm helping him through it. It also doesn't hurt that I've got kids in those programs, so I'm half dad, half park guy when I'm in those. So really happy with Jeff's engagement and where we're at and where we're headed. So program wise, that's kind of what's going on. Finance wise, not a whole lot to talk about at this point. We're of course within budget and not doing anything goofy. We do have a couple of items in for the capital budget. We're just waiting to see how all that comes through. Looking to replace a mower that is also the unit that we use for snow blowing when we get snow like we have outside right now, for the sidewalks that we maintain. And it's a front deck mower, and so it's kind of a utility piece for us. So that's one of the things that we haven't submitted for the capital budget, as well as the tennis courts, of course. And as Jenna reflected on that, it's a project that's going to move forward. In what manner, we don't know for sure how we're going to structure that funding wise, but that's definitely going to happen based on the money we've got earmarked for it. So maintenance wise, guys been doing a really good job getting through equipment. That's been the big push. And then, you know, this week for sure has been on snow. And then we've had a rather busy couple weeks here with funerals as well. So this is that time of year where those are a lot more difficult and time consuming than when it's beautiful outside and it's easier to dig and you don't have to move snow to set up to have a funeral. So they did a really nice job. Had a funeral yesterday, and they cleared snow and had a beautiful setup. So I'm really proud of the effort our guys put in to make that a good experience for those that were unfortunately going through a tough time. So kudos to John and Joe for their effort on that. I believe we touched on this last meeting, that we are sending in the shade structure that goes to play at the peak. It's going to be covered under full warranty, and so just wanted to share that that's moving forward. And there's a secondary repair that's going to have to go along with that. That's a metal dome that goes on the top, and they'll be in to get that fixed as well before spring hits. Myra, lots of cool stuff. I have 2 things I wanted to share from a Myra perspective. I was down at the chamber office today, and I was handed 2 certificates. And I will explain what those are. But the first one is Myra. So Logan County and the Examiner, so the Chamber Visitors Bureau did Best of Logan County. And Myra was actually recognized as the best place to see fall leaves in Logan County.
Oh, yeah.
As well as was identified as the best hiking trail in Logan County. So I took this one, the hiking one, and I actually did a Facebook post today with it and shared the certificate and gave a big thank you to our trail volunteers for all the effort they put in helping make that something that is so well received in our community. So really happy with all the work Dennis and his crew does out there with where our trails are. And then also I also thank the donors that helped make the stair project happen, because that's another huge piece of our trail system at this point. So really happy with where we're at. We're under work to get some trail work done. We've got a lot of stone that we're hoping to move here over the next month or so, if weather allows. And right now it's not allowing. So we've got some stone that's going to go up at the top of the stairway, and then on the trail between the stairs, and then at the end of the bridge boardwalk as well. So lot of stone to be spread out there, and we've got some equipment around to make that happen. It's just a matter of getting the right window weather-wise to get that From a project perspective, as stairs, everything is wrapped. We had met out there with the landscape architect and did a final punch list. The punch list has been completed. The only thing left to do is the beams, the bridge beams themselves, that are the steel beams, still have to be painted, and it can't be done in temperature. So we have a signed agreement with them that they're going to come back in the spring and get that completed. So that's the only thing that's not completed at this point is actually painting of the steel. So that'll get completed here this spring. And then the trail signage, the signage, the recognition signs will be done here. We were just doing some final rendering stuff with fast track signs, and we'll have those ready to install here as soon as the weather's going to allow us to install them. So that's where we're at with the projects and where my area is right now.
Did they get the container out of there yet, Chris? You know?
I don't know, because I haven't been on site for a solid almost 2 weeks now. So,
okay.
But I will check into that and see where we're at. Pool wise, we're working on some staff recruiting. We've got our hands full trying to fill out a staff this year. We sent out invitations to apply to those that had applied to work for us last year, and actually a couple that had not applied that had worked for us the year before, just seeing where people are. And then I was giving that another week, and then we're going to be doing a big push through our social media account, trying to encourage people to apply to be a lifeguard. We're going to offer a lifeguard class this year, the week of May 24th. So it'll be the 24th through the 28th, which is the week after school gets out, but we don't open till the 29th. So we'll be offering a lifeguard class to anyone that would like to work for us that week. We've got everything in place to make that happen. So it'll give us an opportunity to hopefully fill out and get people trained that might need trained before we start our season. We definitely have our hands full. Getting staff is going to be our biggest challenge. I did get a verbal that one of the guys that has, actually two of the guys that have worked in the office for us at the pool are willing to come back this year, which that's going to be some very important continuity for us in trying to reestablish and get back on our feet as far as operating the aquatics facility. So really excited to have those guys back, and they were very great employees for us in the past. And so getting them is really important to us.
I noticed you have about just a little under 7,000 encumbered at the pool. Is that the heater?
Yes, the heater is encumbered at the pool, as well as the concrete steps are encumbered at the pool from 2020 money.
Good.
So both those projects will be getting wrapped up here this spring before we even hit anything. So outside of that, I'm happy to answer any questions. I don't have anything that jumps out at me discussion wise, but I'm excited with where we're at, and moving forward, we have definitely going to be having a foundation meeting here over the next couple weeks, as well as we're going to be having my area management group meeting sometime here by the end of February. So that group is mulling around some dates for a virtual meeting. So really excited to get both those things taken care of. We have a lot of conversations for both of those groups to have. So good things happening though.
Any questions for Chris? Okay.
Yeah, Chris, real
next
quick.
item is, pardon me?
Yeah, Kurt.
Approximately how many lifeguards or employees do you need? I mean, to help run the pool or to run the pool during the summer?
So pool staff wise, we typically hire somewhere between 22 and 30 lifeguards, depending on what it looks like. Sometimes we have a group of kids that they want to work a whole bunch of hours, or sometimes we have a group of kids that wants to work half time. And so that kind of can fluctuate, but we've had anywhere from 22, 23 to as many as 30, 31 on staff. That's just lifeguards. But then we also bring in we hire about 6 or 8 more that work the office and then the front desk. So pool staff runs right about 40 typically. That's kind of a good ballpark as many as we bring on that are pool staff.
Very good. Old business, anything? Nothing. Okay, how about new business, Chris?
So only thing under
Yep.
new business, well, I guess you could call it old business. I'm not sure. We brought you the financial reports last month to not much success on our part. I'm really proud of what I had to present to you this week, this month. So I feel very good about how these look. When going through them, I did not provide Carol with enough information to do the job that needed to be done. So when I went through and knew what expenditures were, and then the other thing that happened in going back through what we realized, and this is really rather interesting, I think, the way we had to do refunds in the spring, money comes in through our system, credit card payments and whatnot, and they get deposited in the city. And then there's every month we cut checks from the city to the youth sports organizations. It's just a flow through, but that's how it's set up. When we do the refund through our software system, it takes it off so that then the report we run to have the money cut from the city is not accurate to what actually came in for that month because we've already refunded it, if that makes sense. So in going back, we were able to find in all of those different accounts, we had to actually have checks cut from the city to recoup. And some of those, that was the one like junior track was off by, I don't know, $600. And it was because we hadn't transferred money over because of the way our refund system was set up. So we caught all those mistakes that were missed, all those refunds that were paid out, got all that stuff matched up and found actually an issue we had. All of it looks good. And I'm very happy with what we have to have approved tonight. So I apologize for any confusion we presented last month.
Yeah, the funds look good. They really do. They look really solid. That's pretty pleasing. You know, having nothing much going on last year, it looks like we're in good shape to start this year. One other thought that came to my mind, Chris, when I was walking through the cemetery the other day is there any funds that we could use to fix up the old cold storage building? It needs tuck pointing, a couple of downspouts, and obviously the doors need to be replaced. That's a beautiful old building. It probably we could have some function down the road. You know, once we need more storage space for any type of purpose, whether it be for urns or coffins or whatever. But what do you think as far as trying to see if we can put a little bit of money into that building?
We had looked into that. For some reason, they had never put downspouts on that building when they did the roof. I don't know why. It's something I can ask some questions and see what was done for that, why it wasn't done. We had tried to get quotes on getting doors, and I never got quotes back. We had met with some people and had them look at them, and so that's something that we will continue to work towards trying to get accomplished. Is the doors on that and get that around. But yes, it's definitely something that we have identified as something that we want to try and make upgrades to over the time here.
Yeah, the tuck point looks like it's in that area where the downspouts are not present. Like it looks like that's where the shifting of that big block is, and it's quite a structure. I don't know. You can take those rough dimensions into the lumber companies and let them figure it out for you. Don't worry about a contractor. Just see what they can come up with. And, that way we'll at least have a base number to see what it take to put that opening back in, so it's more attractive.
What building are you talking about, Dennis?
Could you describe where it is, Chris?
So if you were to if you're coming up Brown and you turn left into the main entrance to the cemetery that's across from the maintenance building, okay?
Yeah.
Where the gates are.
Yeah.
Turn left, you drive straight in, and then you're going to as it starts to turn right, you turn left, and then that building's on the left-hand side right there. It's got the green metal roof to give the look like it was
like in the middle-ish.
Yes, kind of in the middle. And that building is what he's talking about. For years and years and years, they kept split wood in there when they used to heat the maintenance building with wood stove. And that went away when we took over because we were not going to spend our time cutting wood and chopping wood to heat a building. That is not an efficient use of our time. So that's what that building was used for. It was built in whatever as a cold storage building, when you were digging graves by hand, and it was frozen ground, you would actually, they'd leave the caskets in there until the ground was soft enough they could dig the grave to bury the casket. So
Just a big open room. It's actually fairly good size.
it is. It is.
Yeah. You can look through the
Mom put her
door.
face in the crack of the door and a crow flew out. I taught her a lesson.
That's funny.
Yeah, do we have any other items here? We don't want to spoil Kurt. That's pretty good timing, don't you think there?
Yeah. Well, I have, do we need to approve the financial reports from the sports?
Yep, I'm happy to answer any questions you might have, but then if you're happy, I'd like to just approve those in a blanket, if we could.
I'll make a motion to approve all the financial reports from the sports organizations.
Motion, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a second. Been moved to second to approve the sports reports. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Maybe we should just do hands instead of aye.
I do have one other item under new business, Dennis.
I have it.
I was approached today by the High Point Stars, which is a youth soccer organization based out of Logan County. And they were requesting, could they rent field space for this spring at Blue Jacket Park? We've agreed on a price for the spring to do one soccer field there for $1,500, and that would also include us setting a porta-john for them to use. And then we would also be painting the field. I am comfortable with that at that number, but I would like the board to approve it if you guys are okay with us renting that facility for that organization.
This is a tournament?
No, it's actually for their team. So it'd be for a team of, I believe, 13, 14-year-olds, maybe 3 teams, but they'll just be playing their games there. And the first game would be, I believe you head down March 13th through like May 8th.
So you think?
So is it a travel team? Is it outside the?
Correct.
Okay.
It is not part of our organization. So it's a travel team that's looking for field space to use.
Any questions?
You've already worked out the fee with them and the time.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm very comfortable. I'm comfortable with what we're charging. I think is fair based on the man hours and materials we're going to have in it. And like I said, also because we're going to set a porta-john, that cost alone is going to be about $275. And then with our man hours, and this will cover all of our costs in a little bit, but not a whole lot.
And it won't interfere with anything else going on there at the park?
No, not in the park at that time. And really it just works out well. That gets us getting those soccer goals around and things at Blue Jacket so that they're available in the spring for if anybody at the high school wants to use them as well. It really works out well on both the courts.
Don't we usually put a porta-john out there in that area, in that parking lot area?
In the fall.
Oh, in the fall.
For soccer in the fall.
So I got that. This is spring fun.
So we'll put it out for the spring from that window that they're going to be there. We'll set a porta-john and then pull it out and then bring it back in the fall. So
okay. Any other discussion on that? So we need a motion to approve the use of the High Point Stars of the spring soccer field at Blue Jacket.
I'll make the motion.
Dave's got a motion in. Second?
I'll second it.
Karen seconded. Kurt, you thirded it.
All
All in favor, say aye.
Raise your hand.
Oh, same sign. Or I guess it'd be this way, but okay.
Yeah.
Can you have the thumbs down too on that in your icons?
No.
No, just thumbs
No.
up.
I can be unhappy about. Well, I guess I'm laughing.
That's like
I
a
don't know.
laughing. That one's like a
crying.
laughing emoji.
Yeah, I know.
That's cute. That's cute. Any other items for discussion?
Well, I was just going to say, and I don't know, Chris, if you talked to Kurt about the committees and who's assigned to what, and if he'd be on, and that might be something I can't remember if we look at every year to remind us to what committees we're on or redesign that.
Because I've done such a great job of having committee meetings as it is, right?
I know.
we
Well, some
haven't had
haven't
any
been
huge
needed, so that's
major
okay.
issues. Yeah.
You know, if they're not needed, and
Yeah.
that's okay.
Typically, we've met when we've had some, had some major discussion about
Yeah, right.
different things. So, but
Right.
yeah,
Finance typically meets on a yearly basis when we're reviewing budget, but the last 2 years budget's just been the same, so we haven't had a whole lot of discussion on it as well.
No.
So
I assume we can probably slip them in where Mark was, if that's
yeah,
wrong.
we'll
Maybe-
look at that.
Maybe at our
Dennis,
next meeting, we could remind everybody where we're at.
well, what I was going to recommend is Dennis and I will sit down and look at committee appointments and by the next meeting and present have the president make sure that they're updated and where he would like to see everybody appointed to.
Good deal.
Sounds like a plan. Very good. And then Kurt, if you get a chance sometime to look at our website, it's through the city. You can get a link from the city website to the Parks and Rec section.
Bellefontaine
And then also, as Chris mentioned, Facebook page, but you might have to go to Katie to see that. So,
Well, when I did talk to Chris the other day, I think our main discussion was on his time off and skiing.
there you go. Perfect.
Some things are priorities sometimes, Kurt. I'm sorry.
Okay. So anything else? And then even a movement for adjournment.
I'll make
No?
a motion that we adjourn.
Okay. Second?
Second.
Kurt seconded. Okay. All in